Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome back to another World of Tanks replay. But today, we have the winner of the Tank Destroyer category of my replay contest. And, well, it is our good friend, Leo, aka SR71. And he is in one of the tanks he is most renowned for playing because of his undying love for the Tortoise. And I'll be honest, it was very hard picking a winner for the Tank Destroyers. The reason why I chose this game is not only does Leo show how well the gun works, but he shows the armor as well, because he's very aggressive. And I, for one, am quite an aggressive player. I love people that play aggressively and do well through it. And Leo certainly does that. It's not the highest damage game that I received for Tank Destroyers, and it's certainly not the most damage in the Tortoise either. Leo actually sent in another Tortoise game, which I think was slightly more damage. There was another game as well from Mr. Mobang, who's also on the NA server, and that was a very well played game. But I think I just preferred Leo's aggression. I'm also going to show Mr. Mobang's replay in another video. But I just prefer this game for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's a very tough call to make, but I just prefer it slightly, just the tiniest edge. Anyway, I should stop talking, because Leo has taken an APCR round to the face from the T95 and been penetrated. That is the only damage he has taken so far, and he has racked up 1k damage already, and 1.5k damage now, because the rate of fire on the Tortoise is absolutely insane. And he has loaded his gold rounds to go through the lower plate of the T95 very reliably. The penetration on the gold rounds is 326, 400 average damage on this beautiful 120mm. The standard rounds have 259, so it is still very good, but at this kind of distance against the T95, you just want the slightly, you want the better, more reliable penetration of the APCR. So now that he's bounced 2.8k and has done 2.8k damage, he is now going to move up because there's just a T34 and KV4 over here. And yeah, I mean, already he's shown the armor on the Tortoise holds up very well from range. Obviously there is a bit of a weak point on it. You kind of have to hit this flush though, because if you hit it at any kind of angle it will bounce. But yeah, you see people sometimes aim for the lower plate, but it's nice and rounded, and quite often you'll bounce. Sometimes, if you have good enough penetration, you can pen this lovely flat bit of armor here. Some people aim for this side, which is angled. You need a ridiculous heat pen for that. But yeah, the armor on the Tortoise is very nice. It's slow and it's big, but the front armor and the gun, boy oh boy, do they work well. So it's a very nice shot into the lower plate of the KV4 there, and another one, and he's just shredding through this KV4, and the KV4 doesn't know whether to shit or go blind. I'm pretty sure he hasn't even fired a shot. Oh, there we go. Now he has. It's gold, and it bounced. Ooh, could have been a better shot there from Leo. Could have aimed it a bit more. And that is a lovely shot underneath the gun mantlet of the KV4, going through the nice flat plate of the turret. And he was careful enough, he will zoom out in a minute and I'll explain it, but he puts a shell into the T34 nicely there. He was sure enough to put this building between himself and the T34 on the approach and when killing the KV4. So that is very good awareness of the environment around him as well as the other tanks. And, well, there we go. He's up to 5k in 4.5 minutes. And he's bounced 3k. Some of it from tier 8s, but even then, even with the gold he was bouncing, the T95 firing gold he was bouncing, apart from the one that slapped him. And yeah, the aggression down this side. I mean, he just had tier 7s with him. They were never going to push. Well, the Centurion has now joined. He was up in the middle, I believe, though. Yeah, they would have never have pushed this. And the T95 was doing the same as Leo, was just raid boss rolling down the 1-2 line. And would have easily gone through Leo's team if it weren't for Leo. And the aggression he has shown to push through this flank and to now be able to come up and flank the enemy sitting in the cap is very nice. And the SU-14-2 just killed the Super Hellcat, by the way. That's a nice meme. Now this is the one downside there is really to the Tortoise, and that is she's a slow old girl. And he's looking to get a shot on the EBR. Can he find it? Oh, he just misses. That's actually the arse of a 704. That 704 is adamant at looking at the T-44. Somehow that bounces on the arse of a 704. And Leo takes out the UDES for a massive 3 damage. The Centurion doesn't know what to do apart from bounce, and Leo is not happy with that, and I do not blame him. That was a hell of a bounce. The cent adjusted just about enough to angle his front plate. The just the IS, sorry, dies by the time he gets to aim at him. The T10 dies as he starts to turn. Can he get the Centurion? No, he hit the rock. The Centurion's right there. Is he going to be able to reload to kill him? No. Of course not. However, as you can see, agility right there. And Leo certainly likes to use the limited agility of the Tortoise to be very aggressive. And that is what I predominantly... Jesus, English, John. Predominantly enjoyed about this replay. It was just the aggression. To be able to use the DPM to take out what was in front of him and use some distance as well while still being aggressive. I mean, he was sitting in the fucking open. Just didn't care how many people were in front of him because he knew the armor would stand up. After he got slapped by the gold from the T95, he started angling himself appropriately to be able to bounce. And was still able to take out the T95 and then everything else around it. So yeah, I very much enjoyed watching this replay, and thank you to everybody that sent in replays for the Tank Destroyer category. And I will go through who these people were. We had Corwin sent in an STRV replay. Thank you very much. I will do a video on that. Darren, Indignant Dar, I think his name is in the game. I can't remember. He sent in a Death Star game. That was actually a grand battle, and I am going to do a video on that. Leo also sent in another Tortoise game. Might do a video on that. Mr. Mobang, as I have mentioned, sent in a Tortoise game. That is definitely having a video done, because that only just scraped through to be runner-up. It's so close to being a winner. We had Single in the T95. That's also going to be a video. And Swedish Tank Driver, not to spoil anything, has already won the heavy tank category. So he couldn't actually be the winner for the TDs. But he sent in 3 submissions of the T25 to the Tier 7 American TD. And they will also be turned into videos because the consistency this man has, unreal. But yes, there we go. The winner is, of course, Leo, SR71. I will send you your gold as soon as possible. And yeah, thank you so much for submitting all of your replays, everyone. And well done to Leo, the winner. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.